Good afternoon, class. Audible ba ako? Can you hear me? Okay, Wait lang check ko lang. Ah, check yung screen kung magkaka-issue pag inopen ko sa tab ko. May issue ba sa naka-share kong screen?
Wala naman po, sir.
Okay, sige. So, I think we can start na. So, dapat tayo is 112, pero 92 pa lang yung naka-join. So, ilan ba yun? Parang 20 students pa yung wala, pero siguro magjo-join na lang sila later. Anyway, yung ating attendance is recorded for the record. And pag nag-start na akong mag-discuss ay hindi ko makikita yung screen. So kung magre-react kayo or magko-comment, hindi ko siya mababasa kasi isang monitor lang yung gamit ko. So kung may questions na lang o concerns, you can interrupt me by speaking So open mic and then magsalita na lang Okay, let's wait lang. Okay, let's start. So good afternoon again, class. So we will be discussing dynamics of electrical drives. So this will cover our topic para sa ating midterm examination. Okay. So for the introduction, a motor generally drives a load or machine through some transmission system. While the motor always rotates, the load may rotate or may undergo a translational motion. So load speed may be different from that of the motor, and if the load has many parts, their speed may be different, and while some may rotate, other may go through a translational motion. So in simple terms, so the motor shaft is always on rotational motion, of course, but it does not necessarily mean that the load must always rotate. So for example, the propeller of electric fan or yung electric fan na ginagamit natin sa bahay, so the load of the motor is again the propeller, and of course the motion is the same with the motor, which is rotational. So umiikot yung shaft ng motor, and yung propeller na which is the load is umiikot din. Pero in other cases such as sa conveyor, so our motor rotates or the motor shaft rotates, pero yung load natin or movement of our load is expected na lateral movement. So hindi siya magro-rotate, siya is magmo-move from left to right. Ano. Same goes with the elevator, so in which the load move vertically either upward or downward. So again, hindi ibig sabihin na umiikot yung shaft ng motor, dapat is yung load niya is umiikot din. So merong lateral movement, may upward, downward, or left to right. Okay. Again, some loads rotate like fans or pumps, while some loads move in straight line like elevators and conveyors. So because of this, the speed of the motor and the speed of the load may be different. So hindi laging equal yung speed ng sa motor shaft at yung sa speed ng sa load. So this is the representation of the motor load system by an equivalent rotational system. Okay. So we have a motor here, and we have torque of the motor uh, in counterclockwise. Also, we have instantaneous angular velocity of the motor shaft, counterclockwise also. Clockwise, sorry. So torque of the motor is clockwise, angular velocity is clockwise, and then for the torque of the load, usually opposite of the torque of the motor, which is counterclockwise. So J is our polar moment of inertia of the motor load system. So the unit, you can just refer to the unit written in our material. So for the fundamental torque equations, the motor load system shown in the figure can be described by torque of the motor minus torque of the load, which is equals also to derivative of inertia or J times omega divided by eh, derivative of J times omega uh, over time or rate of change over time. Okay, which is also equals to J times d omega m over dt plus omega m derivative of J over time. Okay. The equation above is applicable to variable inertia drives such as industrial robots. So for drives with constant inertia, dj over dt is equals to 0. So usually, uh, yung drives natin ay may constant inertia. So wala tayong rate of change with respect to inertia. So equal siya sa 0. So makakancel out yung ating part na to. So kita ba yung mouse ko? Ito. So makakancel out ito. Kasi this will be equals to 0. So ito yung ating magiging basis ng formula sa pagkuha ng torque. So again, Tm is the motor torque. So this is the torque produced by the motor. TL is the torque load. So this is the torque required by the machine or the load. And J is the moment of inertia. So yung moment of inertia is siya nagre-represent how heavy or difficult it is to rotate the system. And omega m is the angular velocity of the motor shaft. So madalas tinatawag na lang din siyang speed. Ano? So drive accelerates or decelerates depending whether the torque of the motor is greater than torque of the load. So during the acceleration, motor should supply not only the load torque but an additional torque component in order to overcome the drive inertia. In drives with large inertia, motor torque must exceed the load torque by a large amount in order to get adequate acceleration. So if your motor torque is equal to your load torque, yes, you can maintain the drive system running. So pwedeng tumatakbo yung iyong system kung equal yung TM at saka TL. But from rest, pag equal yung torque ng motor at torque ng load, hindi mo mapapatakbo yung system or you cannot run the system when TM is equals to TL because of the inertia. So it is possible to determine the different state at which an electric drive causing rotational motion can remain. So the first state is if Tm is greater than TL, in which uh, derivative of omega m over dt is greater than 0, so the drive will be accelerating. So again, pag mas mataas yung Tm sa TL, yung drive ninyo is accelerating or nagraran siya. Ano? Picking up speed to reach the rated speed. Okay. So yung ating case 2 is if yung Tm natin or motor torque is less than the TL, in which ang ating angular acceleration or itong derivative ng omega m over dt is less than 0. So the drive will be decelerating and particularly coming to rest. So later on i-stop siya pagka mas mataas ang TL or torque ng load kaysa torque ng motor. And ang third case is if Tm is equals to TL, which is yung nasabi ko kanina, yung ating angular acceleration or itong derivative ng omega m over dt is equals to 0, the motor will continue to run kung tumatakbo na siya at the same speed. It will continue to run at the same speed if it were running or will continue to be, sorry. Sorry. So again, if ang TM natin is equals to TL, so the motor will continue to run at the same speed. Pero pag siya ay nakastop, so kahit may value yung ating torque motor, kung equal siya sa torque ng load, hindi siya magra-run. So yun naman in-explain ko kanina due to inertia. So magme-maintain lang siya ng steady state. So kung tumatakbo, if it is running, NTM is equals to TL, it will continue to run at constant speed. But when it is at rest, it will continue to be at rest kahit pa may torque yung ating motor. So again, magme-maintain siya ng steady state. So motor speed is considered positive when rotating in forward direction. So in loads involving up and down motion, the speed of motor which causes upward motion is considered forward motion. So for reversible drives, forward speed is chosen arbitrarily, then the rotation in opposite direction gives reverse speed which is assigned the negative sign. So arbitrary meaning the basis of random choice. So kung anong pinili mong starting movement, kung up yon, so the opposite na direction niya is yun yung tinatawag nating reverse. So hindi kasi palagi or it's not always that the forward is clockwise direction and the reverse is uh, counterclockwise direction. So it's up to you kung ano yung i-consider mo doon, which is forward and which is reverse. And then pag nag-run siya ng opposite, yun na yung magiging reverse niya. So pag nag-run siya as forward, kasi yun yung pinili, pag nag-run siya as from right, kung siya ay conveyor, so yun yung forward natin. And then pag nagpunta naman siya ng left, magiging reverse yan. So again, hindi laging right ang forward, tapos left ang reverse. Pwedeng left ang forward, tapos right naman ang reverse. Depende kung ano yung ini-assign mo doon. Basta pag kinontra yung inassign mong forward, edi again, reverse yan. So positive motor torque, it is defined as the torque which produces acceleration or positive rate of change of speed in forward direction. Positive load torque is opposite in direction to positive motor torque. Motor torque is considered negative if it produces uh, deceleration. So positive load torque is opposite in direction to positive motor torque. This is from the figure that I have shown before. Again, so the direction of the motor torque is always the opposite of the direction of the load torque. Nasa na ba tayo? So in electrical drives, forward rotation is considered positive and reverse rotation is considered negative. So in torque convention, positive motor torque produces acceleration in forward direction and negative motor torque produces deceleration. So usually load torque act as opposite direction of the motor torque. So a motor operates in two modes, so which is motoring, which converts electrical energy to mechanical energy, and braking work as generator, converting mechanical energy to electrical energy. So it opposes the motion. So motoring supports the motion, braking opposes the motion. So motor can provide motoring and braking operations for both forward and reverse action. So actually this slide was supposed to be two parts. So dapat two parts to, may part 1 and part 2. Pero marami na rin kasing na-remove na topics nung una ko siyang ginawa. There were topics was removed. So kaya pinag-combine ko na lang. Okay. So in this part, we will focus on equivalent values of drive parameters for loads with rotational motion and loads with translational motion. Okay, so different parts of the load may be coupled through different mechanisms. So hindi lang siya laging parang katulad sa electric fan, may motor ka, may shaft, tapos yung propeller nakakonect sa shaft. So hindi laging ganun kasimple. So sometimes it is coupled with gears, nakakonect siya sa gears, sa V-belts, and crankshaft. So katulad ng samples natin dito. Hindi ko lang alam or I cannot identify alin ba yung connected dito sa motor. Let's just say ito. Ano, and then yung system is yung movement niya nakadepende sa mga connected na gears. And ito naman yung sample ng V-belts. Okay. So kaya siya tinawag na V-belts kasi parang yung belt natin is naka-shape siya ng parang V. Okay. And then meron namang uh, gumagamit ng crankshaft. So these parts may have different speeds and different types of motions such as rotational and translational. So this topic presents methods of finding the equivalent moment of inertia and of motor load system equivalent torque components, all referred to motor shaft. So, sample nitong gears, kung ganito lang talaga yung system niya, so ang motion ng inyong equipment is rotational din. Pero kung sa sasakyan to, may mga gears, even though rotating yung uh, connecting parts natin, pero yung ating movement ng equipment tulad ng sasakyan is lateral. Okay, let's focus first on load with rotational motion na gamit yung mga gears. So consider a motor driving two loads. So one coupled. So meron tayong two loads, load 1 and load 2. So one is coupled directly to its shaft. So yung motor natin may shaft and yung first load natin is directly connected to the motor shaft. And the other one through a gear. So yung second load natin is connected din pero gumamit naman siya ng gear. Okay. So yung gear natin, let's say magkaiba siya ng size, So we have N1 sa second gear and first gear is N, ano. So yung N natin, yun yung nagre-represent ng teeth, or gaano karami yung ngipin ng gear, So let the moment of inertia of the motor and load directly coupled to its shaft be J0 o J naught. So yung moment of inertia nitong part na to, motor up to load TL0 o TL naught is J0. And ang angular speed niya is WM or omega M, sorry. And syempre, yung angular speed ng ating motor shaft is same din ang angular speed ng ating first load or yung load 1. Hindi, sir. Yung first load, sorry. Medyo nalilito lang ako sa TL0, TL1. Basta ito munang load na tinuturo ko. Tapos in this part, yung moment of inertia naman is yung J1. Okay. And yung speed natin, it is assigned as omega M1 because usually hindi na same yung speed ng dito sa unang part up to the second part kasi gumamit na tayo ng gear. Not unless parehas siya ng ngipin. So kung parehas ng ngipin yung or we have same number of teeth on the first gear and the second gear, we can say that the speed of the second load is the same as the speed of the first load. Pero pag different, if it is different, so they have different speed. Okay. Now let's consider that uh, the ratio of our gear or the gear teeth is equals to A1, which is also equals to N divided by N1. So we will use this formula. which is also equivalent to omega M1 divided by omega M. Wait, wait lang ha, may kumakausap lang sa akin. Wait lang. Dinig na ba ako ngayon, students? Can you hear me now? Okay. Wait lang ha, ayaw mag-share yung screen lang. Bigla na lang ayaw mag-share yung screen. Wait. Saglit lang, open ko lang ulit yung file. I think nasa page 13 na ako. Sige, share ko na lang yung entire screen. Ayaw kasing, ayaw i-share yung naka-percent. And so, kita nyo na ba yung screen ko?
Yes po, sir.
Ayan, sige, thank you. At hindi ko makikita kasi nakafocus ako sa naka-percent. Okay, so nasa na nga tayo. So again, this is the ano, formula for the gear ratio. So it is equals to A1, which is equivalent to N over N1. So again, N is the number of teeth, which is also equivalent to speed on the second load divided by speed of the first load. So this is the equation for the kinetic energy of the total system. So 1/2 times J times omega m squared. So this is omega m squared equals to 1/2 J naught or J0 times omega m squared. So this is the second part, and then we will add 1/2 J1 omega m1 squared. So nakakalito lang. So in this part, omega m1 na yung gamit natin kasi nadito na siya sa part na to. So kung mag-focus lang tayo sa ating moment of inertia sa J, we can cancel out the 1/2 and the omega m squared by multiplying it to 2 divided by omega m squared. So makakancel tong part na to. Ito makakancel din, makakancel, pero this hindi siya makakancel kasi omega m1. So mare-retain si omega, pangit ko magsulat, omega m. So ito lang yung matitira sa kanya. This will remain. Which is since yung ating omega m1 over omega m is equals sa gear ratio natin. So we can just write A1. So dyan siya na-derive, which is ito yung gagamitin nating equation sa ating mga activities with computation. Now, if you want to get the torque naman, we will first introduce the equation of power dito sa ating system. Okay, so power at the loads and motor must be the same. If transition efficiency of the gear be eta, so baka lang malito kayo, we have N and N1 para sa number of teeth. Pero yung eta is, paano ba siya susulat? Ganyan, mas mahaba siya. So eta hindi siya equal sa N ha. Eta is not equals to N. This is different. So if the transmission efficiency of the gear be eta, then ito yung ating gagamiting equation. So torque load times omega m equals torque load naught, o dito sa part na to, times omega m plus torque ng load 1 times omega m1 over n1. So bakit tayo may n1? Because gumamit tayo ng gear which is yung mechanical gear natin, meron siyang efficiency and hindi siya laging equals to 1 or hindi laging perfect yung efficiency pag gumagamit tayo ng gear. So nababawasan ang efficiency natin once connected na yung load natin through gears. Kaya meron tayong eta. So again, yung eta is yung efficiency ng ating gear. Okay. Where TL is the total equivalent torque referred to motor shaft. So simplifying, kung simplify natin, this is equation ng power. Pero kung mag-focus lang tayo sa torque, pwede natin siyang i-cancel out itong omega m if i-divide natin yung whole equation to omega m. So makakancel to, makakancel, and may iwan to, tapos madadagdag si omega m. Okay. So which is also equals to TL equals TL0 o TL naught plus TL1 times A1 kasi ito A1. Pangat ko talaga magsulat. A1 divided by N1 o yung efficiency ng ating gear. Ngayon, if in addition to load directly coupled to the motor with inertia J naught, there are other loads not mother. There are other loads connected with moments of inertia J1, J2 up to Jm. Then the gear teeth ratios of A1, A2 up to AM. So ito yung magiging equation natin. Again, kung madadagdagan lang ng connected load pero same yung setup niya, magdadagdag lang tayo ng... So ito yung first load natin, connected directly sa ating motor. And then pagka meron naman siyang connected through gear, so madadagdagan siya na madadagdagan up to the last gear na connected. So ganun din sa ating equation ng torque. So pag nadagdagan, di magdadagdag lang tayo dito kung ilan yung connected pa sa kanya sa system. So kanina focus tayo sa sa load with rotational motion. Now we will be focusing on load with translational motion. So instead na paikot, lateral naman yung kanyang movement. So again, pwede siyang up and down or pwede siyang left and right. Okay. So consider a motor driving two loads, one coupled directly to the shaft. So same lang nung sa kanina. So we have motor and the load is, or the first load is directly connected to the shaft. And the other through transmission system converting rotational motion to linear motion. So ito na yon. Example niya ay ito. So let the moment of inertia of the motor and the load directly be coupled to J naught or J0. Load torque directly coupled to motor be TL naught or TL0, and the mass, velocity, and force of load with translational motion be M1. M1 in kg and V1 for our speed, and F1 or the force ng ating load. So dito tayo magde-derive ng ating equation. Okay. So yung kinetic equation ng system na pinakita ko, or the kinetic equation of the system, will be equal to 1/2 times J times omega m squared equals 1/2 times J naught omega m squared plus 1/2 m or the mass times V1 or velocity squared. Wait lang. Ano? Uwi ka na? Hindi mo na kantayan? 7. Sige. Una. Wait lang, hindi pala na-mute. Anyway, so same lang naman nung kanina, ano. So kung gusto lang natin mag-focus tayo sa equation ng inertia, so i-cancel out lang natin yung iba tulad nito. Yung 1/2 cancel natin at saka yung omega m squared. Okay. So makakancel natin ito, 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 and ito. Matitira si omega m squared. And so ito naman yung kanyang simplified equation. So J equals J naught plus M1 times V1 over omega M squared. So kasama yan ha sa equation. Now the equation of power dun sa ating system is equals to torque load times omega M, which is also equals to uh, TL0 o TL naught times omega M plus F1 times V1 over eta 1. So again, this is not N, this is eta. Eta. Where TL is the total equivalent torque referred to motor shaft. So simplifying, so kung focus lang tayo sa torque, again, because this is equation ng power, focus lang tayo sa torque, so i-cancel out lang natin si omega M, so i-multiply natin siya sa buong system. So makakancel to, and mamimaintain si omega M dito. So yung ating final equation, TL equals to TL naught plus F1 over eta 1 times V1 over omega M. So same lang nung sa kanina sa rotational motion. If additional connected load is madadagdag dito sa ating system, so idadagdag lang din natin sa equation. So M1 para sa unang load na nadagdag, M2 para sa pangalawa, and so on. So wag lang kayong malilito, syempre mag-iiba-iba na yung ating value depende dun sa magko-connect sa kanya kung gaano karami yung nakakonect. And same with the torque, nag-start lang siya tayo dito, pero kung marami pang madadagdag ay di ganito lang naman yung magiging formula hanggang sa ma-reach niya yung maximum na, or kung ano yung hanggang ilan yung nag-connect sa kanya na equipment. Ayun, so yun lang naman. Actually, ang focus ko lang ngayong i-discuss or the focus to discuss in this meeting is equation lang. Which is ayaw gumana ng escape and at alt tab. Wait lang ha. So may question ba kayo dun sa sa slide na present? So more on naging focus lang naman is ano yung mga formulas na gagamitin natin and paano siya na-derive. May question ba kayo doon? Dinig ba ako, students? Dinig yan? So actually hindi pa natin siya ma-appreciate talaga dahil ng ano bang gagawin natin sa formula. So later on, meron kasi tayong, syempre pagdating sa ating midterm exam, more on computation. Again, the midterm exam is more on computation, applying the formulas na na-discuss natin ngayon. So, next meeting, ang plano ko is maybe I can introduce yung yung sa ating tawag dito, sa hands-on activity. Kasi kailangan masimulan na rin yung hands-on activity. So, nung nakipag-discuss ako sa ibang instructor. So they are already done with midterm exam. Tapos na yung midterm exam. And nag-start na sila sa hands-on. So habulin natin yun. So probably next meeting sa face-to-face, I will be discussing the BOM or Bill of Materials dun sa ating mga gagamiting equipment. Ano? And we will have activities applying the Bill of Materials na ituturo ko sa inyo. Ano? So paano gumawa ng Bill of Materials. So I think individual activities yun. And then sa ating online meeting is I will be discussing computation example for this one. So ngayon, hindi ko muna gagawin yung computation or magdi-discuss ng computation because my plan is magpo-post ako ng sample problem and then try nyo siyang sagutan. So the sample problem will be ungraded activity. Mas maganda lang sa tingin ko na parang try nyo munang problemahin. Paano ga ito? And then, in case hindi nyo siya ma-solve, mas ma-absorb nyo siya pag diniscuss na. Actually, gusto ko sana face-to-face. Nahirapan ako sa online kasi tulad ngayon, ang dami kong kasabay na nagsasalita sa faculty room. Mabilis ako ma-distract. So, siguro, pag may oras tayo sa Monday, siguro doon ko na lang siya i-discuss. Pero pagka naubos yung oras natin doon sa BOM, edi magmi-meet ulit tayo or we will meet again on the same schedule. Tuesday, 4 to 7 kung aabutin ba ng 7 o'clock yung ating discussion about yung application na na-discuss natin. So how to solve problems involving the topics that we have discussed. Ayan. And then, sasabay tayo again sa exam week ng midterm. Hindi pa lang ako nakapagpalista. Reminder lang, palagi nyo nang dalhin yung inyong manual, yung nag-avail ng manual. So, lagi nyo dalhin. And even if yung hindi nag-avail, so, mag-print kayo ng copy nyo and then kailangan dala-dala nyo siya every face-to-face meeting. Ayun kasi yung sabi sa akin ng instructor, ni-require niya kasi mahirap makarelate dun sa magiging discussion and activities pag walang hawak na manual. So siguro yung sample problems is ipopost ko na lang later on sa Google Classroom. And then try to solve it. So, and then we will discuss that on probably the next online meeting. Kung wala tayong time sa ating face-to-face. Ayan. Pero sana wag nyong antayin na parang, sige, next meeting na lang. Again, mas na-absorb kasi pag na problema ka muna. Bago mo makita, kaysa makita mo lang. Tapos, madali lang pala. Pero, pag nag-solo ka na, ang hirap din pala dahil hindi mo pa siya na-try. Wait, entertain ko lang yung question. Sa mag-print, pwede bang ibahin yung size sa kung ibahin yung size, siguro kung A4 or long or short, pero kung paliliitin mo siya para kasya yung isang page or sa isang page kasya sa isang page yung dalawang page ng material, kung i-reduce mo siya para dalawang page agad sa isang papel, ay baka hindi siya maging convenient gamitin. Pagka may mga kailangan tayong sulatan, baka masyado siyang maliit. Yan. So, siguro wag na lang. Pero kung gusto mo siyang baguhin ng size, again, from A4 to short or to long, pero wag yung liliit na siya na naging kalahati na yung size niya. Ilang page lang naman yun. So, may question pa ba? Okay, so ipopost ko na lang yung sample problem ngayon since may oras pa naman tayo, and then gamitin nyo yung remaining time natin para isolve yun. So again, ungraded yung activity, so para walang pressure sa inyo, but I hope practicein nyo pa rin, parang maging part na siya ng advanced review nyo para sa magiging exam natin, kasi more on hindi ko naman siya ilalayo yung magiging midterm exam natin dun sa inyong sample activity or sample ungraded activity natin. So may concern pa ba? Akala ko medyo mahaba pa yung discussion natin kasi yung initial slide ko is mas madami, pero na-reduce na pala siya, which is good din naman dahil ng more on introduction lang din ang plano ko sa sa pagdating na sa mga computation. Kasi mas mahalaga sa atin, alam natin kung paano natin siya mapagana in actual. So yun lang, kung wala nang question, so paki-check na lang ng Google Classroom natin mamaya at para dun sa ungraded activity, and pwede na kayong mag-leave. So class is dismissed na. So thank you very much para sa mga umattend.
Thank you po.